teach and preach, but good governance. You want to see we country advance. You not get party, stand for democracy. You give everybody a chance.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news, views, and entertainment. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news, views, and entertainment.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
A pleasant good morning from a New Englandville studio, and welcome to another edition of the program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today na Thursday, March 26, 2026. We will bring this edition come to you this Thursday morning. Me, Nasapti Ukalon.
And Adeyemi Jackson, good morning. Inside the program this morning, the Minister of Finance, Sheku Fatamadi Bangura, don't say they go complete the Lunge Hotel Presidential Villa and Congress Center for meet up the ECOWAS conference we go happen inside June this year. According to the team lead, Nawashnet Salon Musa and Sumana Soko say one census report where the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary do show say but 21% of school them in the country not get access to water. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go talk about the plan them where government gets, but Salon people them where them pull commodities na Guinea.
Well, this was other story them day for you inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Remember, so you listen we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl. From we partner radio station them, you dey get the program live from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koina Dugu and Falaba District, on Radio Malen 88.5, Radio 1J 101.3 na Pojon District, Radio Colente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Mua 105.5 na Kainlau, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando on 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Kaine na Kamakwe on 98.0, Voice of Masoro na Pujon District, Advocacy Radio Potloko District, Radio Katbami 106.7 at Tonko Limba, and Art FM on 95.9 at Moyamba District. The program now Good Morning Salon, you can be part of by way I will send you message or comment to the number 077 981 or you're gonna Radio Democracy Facebook page and be part of the program on different issues they'll get for look at inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salon.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program where they start to look at issues them. Inside the Salon Customs brokers now body, we done the work now the customs section now what's a key, but make sure say people where they bring tin them na salon get them easy one without any UK. And according to the Secretary General for the Salon Customs broker, Saidu Abbas Dumbia say the organization are one key organization them we don't support the National Revenue Authority for able to get a couple and meet the revenue targets. Saidu Abbas Dumbia explain more to Usman Kamara inside this interview.
We organization we establish and come into effect on the 13th of March 1995. They serve as a go-between as well as a mediator in the supply chain. What in this mean? We're responsible for import clearance, export, transits and shipments, and we help government for raise revenue and facilitate trade. We also serve as a link to other institutions like NIA, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Trade, and departments as well as agencies for ensure that we facilitate trade and make sure say government raise the much needed revenue.
All right. Now let's look at the membership. Almost member them, comprise of this organization.
We membership divided into two. we get the agency membership. Then licensed companies as well as agencies, we don't go through customs formalities, we custom get license. Specifically, the National Revenue Authority, where the Commissioner General now responsible for get license after you don't go through all processes. We get over 100 of their agencies. Then we membership within the trade chain, the supply chain. We are the largest constituent. We get close to 2,000 members, right? And we are located at the port, various ports in Sierra Leone, within the border crossing point and customs domain.
Now, people the way they do business now in a sector, most time can get challenged. What are the challenge where this sector they get as on our way to work there?
Well, firstly, this sector, people they take and say now for people who are intellectually inadequate. And this is a professional job. We required competence, we required excellent service delivery. A lot of people not able to transform as the world they evolve and things they change. We serve one for match up to international best practices and standards and follow the procedural processes set by WCO, the World Customs Organization, and the World Trade Organization. Because from time to time, they get reforms. For example, we are using the Asikuda Wall to Asikuda Plus. Now we are going to Windows, one-stop shop, where they make work easy and reduce delay, the productive hours for the clearance in Sierra Leone.
Now, on Thursday, on the Punlado on a new name, but firstly, why the change of name?
The change of name, it came about because we also want to forget certain facilities and we want to forget certain bargaining advantage. So with the change from an association to a union, this transition now an improvement in the framework of we're not custom brokers, because now we move on to the ACFA, we're Association of Client Forwarding Agencies in Sierra Leone, to the Sierra Leone Custom Brokers Union. We mean say we don't get more advantage for advocates. We not only they facilitate trade or they help government, we also they serve as consultants when it comes to policy making, when it comes to preparing the financial statement or budget, where they come every year, where they help government and tell government certain things that we them for improve on. So we accept they contribute to the economy.
What's at the time and what's at the place where this launching effort take place?
This launching will take place na the new Brookfields Hotel, where they na Jomo Kenyatta Road, and at the 26th Thursday, the time na 10 a.m. We don't invite key and substantive stakeholders from various ministries, master sabi people them, where they na the economy, and also we don't invite other players them, where they help for facilitate trade in Sierra Leone.
That not the Secretary General for the Salon Customs Brokers, Saidud Abbas Doumbia, they talked to Usman Kamara inside that interview there. Also, I say the organization are one of the key body them where don't they support the National Revenue Authority for able to get a couple and meet their revenue targets. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. What's up?
And we will continue to look at more issues as we wait on to get them for join we inside the program, but still they know they are it. We'll continue to take more issue. The Minister of Finance, Sheku Fantamadi Bangura, don't say then go complete the Lunge Hotel, Presidential Villa and Congress Center for meet up the ECOWAS Congress will go happen inside June this year. Sheku Fantamadi Bangura talk this way, then go receive the building material for build the hotel, Presidential Villa and the Congress Center Nalunge. For more on this issue, let we listen to Fatou Bakpa as a report.
Infrastructure now one big part for the country in development strategy. As this then side the government in medium-term development plan, where this now for make movements easy through proper transport system and attract investment and same way improve the country economy. Part of this infrastructure development now the Lunge Hotel, Presidential Villas and Congress Center project will cost about $124 million, where Parliament being ratified inside January 26 this year. And as this project on they begin, may government on go receive material them when they will need for do this construction work.
In Alunge Tarmac, International Airport Tarmac, and we can receive almost 63 tons of cargo items, which is meant for the Congress Center as well as the Presidential Village. Because for now, the emphasis is to get the Congress Center completed as well as the Presidential Village. Remind you, say His Excellency the President currently, now the chairman for the heads of state of ECOWAS at the sub-region. And he get a constitutional authority for hosting colleagues there, which is the more reason why you will see, say, this plane don't come today with over 60,000 tons of super structures we get for support the roofing component of the Congress Center as well as the village. So we therefore can receive the item and for certain say all waiting and provide to we are also being received.
You will then listen to the chairman for the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, Dr. Edward Taylor, when they talk about the material them when they don't get for this project. And carry on for talk about when this project will end.
It has started for almost a month now, and with the envisage say in the next 3 to 6 months, we could don't complete most of the milestones that we don't set aside. But for the Congress Center and that of the Presidential Village, we hope for targets by June, by the middle of June, so maybe 3rd week of June, I'm sure we're going to see a transformative infrastructure. So we are very optimistic.
The Minister of Finance, Sheku Fantamadi Bangura, been talk about the reason why government decide for invest in this project.
We just got parliamentary ratification of the investment by FB Group funded through Vista Bank for rapid infrastructure development for a Congress facility with a hotel and presidential villa for the country. This is a very important, infrastructure, a gateway that showcases Sierra Leone's preparedness to receive people into the country, but also to host international conferences. I think it's an opener for this country.
After when they don't receive the material, the Minister of Finance, Sheku Fantamadi Bangura, and in team, Bingo work at the construction site and Seth talk about waiting the makeup of the construction process.
And I'm very pleased with FB Group. The pace of investments and building is very, very impressive. We've spoken to the engineers on site who are actually overseeing or supervising government interests, and we've spoken to the FB Group engineers as well. I think the rate of building is very fast, but it's demonstrated we have a very tight timeline. We want to ensure that they can deliver the infrastructure by June, and then the rest of everything towards September, October in the year, 9 months. For them to be able to do this, we know what is happening in the world. There are supply shocks, shipments, logistical challenges because of the war in the Middle East, and that belt is really close. So it's the seriousness of the investor. FB Group, the EPC contract, is actually demonstrated by them. They are freighting through a cargo huge structures for actually progressing the building.
And whose commitment with the Freetown International Airport gets on this project. The country director for the Freetown International Airport, Ibrahim Sharif, been get this for say.
Well, our focus is to hit the schedule that is June. So that's the reason why you've seen all what is happening today with the support of ministers and his team for us to be able to deliver this on time. And like Minister just said, it's a commitment by every group to make sure we deliver this project on time. And that is our focus. We are not focusing on anything, but just to deliver it. And that's why we've demonstrated by air freighting all this equipment here today to be able to meet that deadline.
What are you expecting?
Ibrahim Sharif end up say, then go work with people for CCA. They're able for done this project to the term where they be key when I June this year. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Fatu Nyang Jigwa the report.
The program La Good Morning Salone, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still wait for our studio guests them for join we in the program. Meanwhile, they continue for look inside issues them, and this time we take one part with headline story them. Also, according to the team lead na Washnet Salon, Musa and Sumana Soko say one census report where the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary do show say, but 21% of school them now the country not get access to water. Musa and Sumana Soko talk this is one national stakeholders workshop where WashNet all for develop strategy for the heads of state initiative on water and sanitation at Salon. Mastans for you get more in gonna report.
WashNet na organization wey don dey coordinate and ensure clean water supply, proper sanitation facility, and for promote hygiene and vulnerable community in the country. This organization don dey work with government agency, development partner, and local community them for implement program, policy, and initiative them where they reduce waterborne disease, improve public health, and promote sustainable wash practice. Now for sake of this make, WashNet don hold one national stakeholder workshop for develop advocacy strategy for the head of state initiative on Wash na Salon. The team lead for WashNet, Musa and Sumana Soko, talk more about this engagement.
We work Naya today now for able for make sure say we bring duty bearers them together. Decision makers in government, water resources, Ministry of Health, the Electricity and Water Regulatory Commission, the National Water Resources Management Agency, EPA, and a whole lot of other players we get for do to access. We also invited local councils, district wash engineers, the health superintendents for able for come and really look at waiting at some of the key challenges when it comes to access to sustainable wash services and how that's supposed to also improve outcomes for health. So the essence, we don't become part of the Health of State Initiative. The Health of State Initiative are part of the Sanitation and Water for All partnership. And that for make sure say we're able to place water supply and sanitation at the heart of development. We also get for aim at the level of the presidency as the highest executive basically in the country. Because we don't talk for too long, but the question is, have we been talking to the right people? Because the challenges continue to persist. So the Health of State Initiative, now one way come at the global level to make sure we're able to place water supply and sanitation at the heart of the presidency.
Musa and Sumana Soko continue for talk about the status of water and sanitation na school in the country.
So the audit service report of 2024 already come out very clearly saying healthcare facilities and they will go months without access to water supply service. And guess what? It is very risky for Belle woman. It's very risky for picking them, as well as me and you when they use the healthcare facilities for we own well-being. And so infection prevention and control measures then will be very low if water supply not there, na then facilities then they. We get 21% of the schools nationally will not get access to water supply services. It means say 416,000 kids them when they go school every day in this country here, they at risk because they not get access to water supply and sanitation service. And so we no need further evidence for able to justify why we need to take action now. We no need further evidence for go and do research. We don't even need research because the evidence is clear. It is see we now we face and we come in contact with them on a daily basis. And so it is now time to act. And one time we were able to act more vividly because we don't wait for too long. And if we continue for wait, the cost for inaction is very, very significant. Already government, they lost 5% of GDP annually to water-related illness. Why we not go prevent, and make use of that 5% of GDP, into other areas they make it also for progressively improve and advance the education of the girl child as well as picking them.
Inside Iyun talk, the acting chairman for the Committee on Water Resources na Parliament, Honorable Charles Abdullahi, talk about what the government don't do for improve access to water and sanitation at the country.
A lot of initiatives have been put to support wash activities and it continues. Anytime I have an opportunity of making a statement on wash initiatives, I always say water is life. That tells you how important this kind of program is important to our lives, and as a government, we are very, very supportive of any initiative that can strengthen wash activities. Of course, the WashNet is supporting the waste management in rural areas. We're supporting waste management, looking also in whatever strengthening wash activities. And as the Parliament also, I want to commit that will be with us in supporting this process.
The National Wash Officer at the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, Abubakar Sanko, talk about the status of water and sanitation at the country.
The surface water, it shows that we're at 15.4% on improved water supply. It shows that we currently have 18.3%, meaning that 1.38 million people have access to unprotected water sources, unprotected dog well, unprotected spring, etc. For limited water supply, as a country, we're still at 3.7%, meaning that 0.28 million people have access to good water source, and collection time exceeds 30 minutes. For basic water supply as a country nationally, we still at 52.0% safely managed water supply, which is the goal for us all by 2030, which is the SDG 6 that we're looking forward to. We're still at 10.6%. And for sanitation service level as a country, currently we're still at 25% open defecation practices, meaning that we still have 1.8 million people that defecate or dispose feces in the open fields, forests, bushes, open bodies of water, etc.
Abubakar Sanko end up say the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation could continue for work with different body them for CC the improve pattern and sanitation at the country for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mastan Swari the report.
Program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and as we tell on inside this edition of the program today, on the carry from some head of the security sector in the country on different issue them where on the happen, especially the all get for do with some Sierra Leone and the way they return this BNTM from Guinea. For can talk on the issue right now, one of our studio guests don't join we na head of media, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Brian Kamara. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon.
Thank you. Substitute color.
You don't tell.
Yeah.
Where you talk about the Sierra Leone police security, the role of the police, we see another embark on different things, recruitment. Recently, like 2 weeks back, on a crime statistics survey, and also we see right now on a recruitment process and all that in them, and the whole of the Sierra Leone police on the Sierra Leone and them with the return from Guinea. But let's take one step at a time. Give a general update first on waiting on the happen at the Sierra Leone police. They will take the issue one step at a time.
Yes, from the security front, we're glad the Sierra Leone is very peaceful. Based on the posture we would get, yes, 1 or 2 things will happen in 1 or 2 places, but overall, things are peaceful. People need to go about their normal business. People need to go work. Schools are open. People need to travel. So, on the whole, relatively very, very peaceful.
Okay, recently we'll be doing a program where we'll be look at the role of freedom of speech in the country. We need the Sierra Leone police for talk on the role within the Sierra Leone police can do a campaign there, that particular issue there. Now that you there, you can rub more on that quickly. We talk about freedom of speech. When are the Sierra Leone police in a role in that?
Well, we all basically now, we go allow you, go down the constitution, say, you can talk. But we look at the aspect of where you now infringe on other person's own rights. And then if they come to you, they can make you report, they will go for investigate you. And if the evidence strong against you, they will send you to court. Say, for example, if they say you get freedom for talk. What about if you talk and cost somebody? Not talking the talk, you cost somebody, not talking the talk. So in the way you exercise your own right now, you don't step on somebody else's own right. So that person, they feel offended, and then they come to the police and report, and the police get the right for look into that matter, and if they get strong facts, we go back them up by way of evidence, and they send them to court for let the court go decide whether what that person they do right or what the person do wrong. So
well, you say if you curse another person, what you they describe as an insult to the other person in your right?
And to tell somebody the person feel offended.
Now the person decides they feel offended, or now the law they say this don't go against the person.
Yes, the person feel offended because as long as the person feel offended, then it means you don't cause the person they cause down for big cause. Okay. You feel offended and say no, I not let this kind of word they tell me. So I think I have to take this matter to the police, or maybe I go for going to court directly, because most of the matters we get advice sometimes for say you should go to court directly. There was a time when we get a chief justice in this country where be long term. I remember when we say them matters and then public order matters and some of them, those ones UCSF go like public insult and provocation. UCSF go initiate action at court. We call them private criminal summons. Okay. That kind of situation.
So again, me co-presenter asked you just now, to what extent the Sierra Leone police came for determine, say, a certain statement which somebody make don't infringe on the right of another person. Which parameters you use for determine, say, this person don't infringe into the right of another person based on the statement where that person they make?
every offense so far away that they create, those offenses get what we call elements. Elements and awaiting constitute the offense. It's just like they say for cook potato leaf, you get ingredients where they put together. Those ingredients and they put together for cook the potato leaf, and then it become a palatable sauce. Equally so in law, for any offense created, that offense they get elements. They get the aspect of the mens rea, when the intention for do what you do, and then you also get the aspect of the act to serious, the actual thing you do, like I slap you. If I say they slap you, yeah, I go slap you, it go turn. Now the intention and the force, I not slap you it. That's the mens rea. And so I put it into action, and now the act to serious, that I really slap you. So then go look at, I say I go slap you, when I the intention, then now you look at the fact say I really slap you. Then so put down the dick together, it don't constitute the offense, you know. So when somebody say you say something to away like public insult and provocation. Say for example, you in a public, you say things to me where all man say, but this person company, so the annoyance of the public. The public is annoyed. And Mr. Sef way you tell you what Mr. Sef feel annoyed, make her feel small. You understand? So in those circumstances, those are the things you now have to look at and say, oh yes, this is public insult and provocation, and then you charge to court, you file for charge.
In that situation, how the saloon police can handle such situation when one gets report of either infringement on the right of another person? How the saloon police can handle such?
We not get two way about it. Now for us conduct investigations, how they do them, we they obtain statement from you will consider yourself to be the aggrieved person. Where you feel to say they don't offend. Understand? We take statement from you, and after we don't take statement from you, we get people on our witnesses. In some other circumstances, even you in at the post where aggrieved, you understand? You know, go make statement, or somebody else can come and can take the matter for on your behalf because of who that you be or what's your position. For as long as it happen in public, and the public feel annoyed about what happen, understand? Now that one way, sometimes all to myself. That one day would expect say if you not be accountable is okay, but that one way you do not public, when not publicly, somebody self you feel offended about you if you say, and you take the matter up. And I make it and you say like upline, they say this person the cost. They say what the cost? So I'm not cost somebody. Well, that means I would the cost. No, the chief. Because if you not cost somebody, but you the customer, then the chief the cost. So somebody within that community even take up on the matter because it involves something to happen in public.
So in all cases of freedom of speech, somebody step on somebody in your rights. Now, people can report or some way na una self take up as an issue, especially if you get for those high profile personality, especially a politician, for an example.
It in all the ways where you mentioned. The person can report, other person can report, then the police can take up. Because when they make laws, we get what we call legal moralism. Legal moralism are the aspect of where they make law for preserve the morality of the state. Understand? For preserve the morality of the state. Just like how we talk about legal moralism, you go talk about legal paternalism. They're all different. Paternalism, and this is where they make law where they protect you self. Even though way you don't want that protection, but the government say will protect you. Like what they will say, they make law for use helmet. That helmet not for protect other person, not for protect yourself. Or that seat belts, not for protect other person, for protect yourself. But if you do not want them, but government they force them say we need for protect you. So they make law with that law they now for harm yourself. That is called legal paternalism. But this one are the aspect of legal moralism where they will look at say society, the only thing will keep society going. Now let not allow people just make money, just a cost, people just make money, just 30 people just make money, they pull to assist, they pass all over the place, or pull close, they pass, no, you get for control and things. So then they make law then we will tell you say no, this is why you stop them.
Okay.
So another basically.
So the recent case within a public domain, the organ for the Zainab Sheriff, in your situation, how they describe them, is it a wrong freedom of speech or something else where you go describe that in situation the offering or transits they will make?
Zainab Sheriff in case, if me and you discuss something I had within and can invite you in a court. Because the law will tell you say it is sub judice. In other words, You all get it in at the hands of the court.
Yeah.
If you at the hands of the court, you not get power for talk. You not get for talk bottom. Me not get for talk bottom. Because if you talk bottom, then it's like we usurp the functions of the court. I will usurp the function of the court and contempt of court. That one gets said me go Paneba road, and gets said you self go Paneba road. So lot left that one day.
So still on the issue of politics, we start for talk about the country insecurity. You say everything peaceful, though one or two things go in a corner. Relatively, yes. But again, with the see, una can really get concern where other sets of political party them they raise concern and they say they know they get the space for vent out whatever issue and anger we they get, especially if they want to do it in a peaceful and respectable way. We don't see whether they get concerned for say where they want the recent one get for do the opposition, they get issue of protest. They don't get concern of say some man they feed for talk because they know lay unfairly the local all them to account and everything.
Yeah, you make reference to protest. I guess publicly because they now my video.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
The issue of protest, everybody gets like the constitution guarantee somebody follow you demonstrate those kinds of stuff. Understand? But the only way they say just follow the law, and when you follow the law, no problem about it. So I think I'm done in another discussion on some other side yesterday with the other side, the opposition will make reference to, and we discussed them very clearly. Get us notified as waiting the law say, and then see waiting we get for do. So I think that process will do for now. Get us notified. Slow no, this is a lot of speculation. We are now speculating. No, that this will happen, and that will happen. Notify the police.
They not notify on it as a rightful procedure.
It not happen yet.
From the APC opposition.
It not happen yet.
But again, when you talk to members then from the public, even though at times institutions or organizations we can do peaceful protest or demonstration can right to the salon police, the concern we don't come out that una not they grant them approval for do them peaceful protest or demonstration.
Yeah, then go couch the word peaceful, but we now have to determine how we will be peaceful, because the provision of the law with regards to procession, because when you protest, when you demonstrate, salon generally we know people move from point A to point B, so you are processing. The provision of the law, section 17, 1, 2, and 3, very clear of the Public Order Act. You see the Public Order Act now one side more than put panam, and part 5. We get for do it too now, but all other things and they retain them at the act itself, and just to expunge part 5, then therefore decriminalize the issue of defamation. With defamation, you say get the two broad aspects. You get the one winner for we talk, you get the one winner for we write, as the case may be. So then they then put, but the law still like how it did, and he say you get for notify the police. We notify the police. And the specific name would mention at the act now, the Commissioner of Police. You would wonder why Commissioner of Police. Then tell me the highest rank na police and the Commissioner of Police. Now we get section 155 subsection 1 of the Constitution, Act number 6 of 1991. Then provides that there shall be a police force. Okay. And that police force shall be headed by the Inspector General. So from that point, from 1964, we will get the Police Act, we talk about Commissioner of Police as the head. Coming to 1991, the moment we get that side day with them pass that law, that should say the highest rank now at the police don't become Inspector General of Police. So if you see Commissioner there, by implication they are referring to the Inspector General of Police, the head of the institution. So you notify them, and when you notify them, they're in writing, instead they for reply you, for tell you whether I approve or not approve, agree or not agree. But it gets 4 considerations. If you look at the act, you get 4 considerations. You get the issue of public safety, you get the issue of public order, you get the issue of public morality. Remember, I talk about morality just now. I talk about legal moralism, where they make laws for maintain the sanctity of the state, and then the issue of defense. So on those 4 considerations, now anybody where they get for grant clearance for process is straight for Freetown. Then the commission, then the IG they consider within team, and most times we see how they do. We get you self-engaged, especially if covertly, because policing is not all about overt policing. You see the policeman, he run here and there, he control traffic, That's the overt one where you always see. But there is another aspect of police where you know they see. You understand now? The covert policing. So overtly and covertly put together, if we get information, whether information we don't work on, I don't become intelligence. They tell me something different because we have to do great assessment around the side when I get for do the process too. If we not tell you say, oh, meet na table say, this thing we want for do, it's fine because we get right for them by the constitution. But we get information that we have now we want to make una know. People, say for example, plan for hijack this whole stuff in our hand and just usurp everything and then try for cause mayhem in society. So in those circumstances, we will tell now. And we tell now, say, well, what will happen? Instead of now move from Upgun Taken Stadium, why would I not just go get in a Victoria Park?
So at any point in time, the Salon Police don't grant organization institution for peaceful demonstration or protest?
Yes, we don't grant. Sure, I cannot. I don't grant, and I feel like
But when last was that? 2 years back, or as recent as this year or last year?
Even this year we start. Well, I don't know much about this year we start, but even last year we granted. I think that was the time when we even work out the statistics. If I knew, I would have come with the statistics. And the statistics, you see, granting procession not only limited to the aspect of demonstration, like how they say put on demonstration. Even the one the way they call health work, because now people in the fair way and they transform it into health work. People think we don't know what is happening, but sometimes people they could transform us in a health work.
But you talk of police granting approval for demonstration or protest. To which institutions and so on can give that approval there?
I tell you, I say I do not have they before me now because I never knew that was going to be part of our discussion. But so, I will freely tell you, say we've granted before. We don't grant. Remember one group they want themselves way. They don't say they even can pass now police headquarters who don't grant. So as if to say, don't grant, we look who they go. That who say we tell us we will be peaceful and we are peaceful. I tell you just street. But if I knew that was going to be the crux of this discussion, then I would
so
have.
So the right to assembly don't be serious concern, especially from the opposition. So in other words, we not get no official notification from the yet.
We not get notification. I know the past secretary did not develop one yesterday. This morning, me and the IG not see. I just cannot direct. But up to yesterday, me and AKK be at the other side. Instead, make them very clear. Say when they ready, then go.
So if they notify, now go permit them based on the rightful procedure.
Do I have to preempt?
No, we just say if they notify now and ready for follow the right procedure of the right to assembly.
To preempt, but the fact remains, the same procedures and processes laid down. We follow all of them and then now take a decision.
Okay, continue for do it. We done at the head of media, Assistant Commissioner of Police, where Makamara already talk on different things that would on the happen. Now the Salon Police, you don't talk about the role of the Salon Police on freedom of speech and the right to assembly. Later you will talk about recruitment and the Salon Police, the role of Sierra Leone and them where they return this BNTM come out from Guinea. Inside the program now we welcome we other studio guests where we don't they expect. We don't join with now Abdul Karim Will in a director of strategic communication and spokesperson Office of National Security. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, 98.1. Good morning, Salon. Thank you for getting me.
So just as we start with ASP, you can give general updates waiting on the upon our Office of National Security. Then later we'll take the issue them one step at a time. All
right. The ONS generally gets a responsibility for provide coordination for the entire security sector. And that coordination for ensure would get a responsibility carry them out within the provisions of the law by providing the platform outside the various structures, whether at the national level, the provincial level, or the decentralized structures at the district or chiefdoms. They carry out their functions on a day-to-day basis, coordinate intelligence, information, and ensure we put them into action, all geared towards ensuring that Sierra Leone remains peaceful, relatively peaceful. And so over the period by way intelligence and security information updates, we can confirm say Salone remains relatively peaceful, just like how my brother been talking just now. And now we hope that that will continue for be the case for the longest time, if not all of the time, because as a country and people, I think, say that with the yarn towards, we always emphasize say peace, security. Now, one day we're very critical to development to national growth, both at the individual and national level. And so promoting aspects of that nature, one way very important. So the ONS, we get, like I say, the responsibility to provide coordination. Certain say don't they provide that coordination effectively because all of the structures that they meet. And recently, we get the National Security Council for meet. The National Security Council, the National Security Architecture, the highest forum for the consideration and determination of all matters we get for do with the security of Sierra Leone. And I know less a person, but the president of the country and a chairperson of that committee there.
You describe the current state of security as relatively peaceful, but one could say, taking of recent incidents that don't happen, the issue of Yenga, and also the issue of Guinean soldiers coming to Sierra Leone around the Falaba area, how the ONS can describe the situations in there?
So now that make, for any time we give security description, we give with a caveat. When we talk about it, you say mention the word relatively peaceful. It's difficult for you get a society where 100% peaceful across the globe. By relatively peaceful means it no means things they happen when one day of security concern. But it only means we still get the structures for respond to the one adequately. Salone as a country don't go through a lot of things and if you're a mortal man, Salone don't go through a lot of things in a life, from war to disasters and so many things. All of them things they don't go through, so don't teach you a lot of lessons. They don't make you maybe become of age, mature in the way how they handle things, in the way how they look at things, both internally and externally. So along that line, with relationship with the countries in the sub-region, now one who don't prioritize for ensure say no matter within the level of provocation, we still remain true to the cause, the Africanism, for ensure say we always find a platform for discuss that one day before it degenerates. I sure say with recent happenings within the Mano River Union, whether between Salone and Guinea, Salone and Liberia, or Liberia and Guinea, if for don't trigger now we mind say it's important for always get a dialogue. It's important for always talk rather than go into open kind of a confrontation. Yes, something may happen way unfortunate, but now that one in the teach you learn lesson on either ends for see how we go for handle anything and they going forward so that it no go degenerate. We notice shortly after the incident and we been get a high level meeting at Conakry. We bring together all the heads of state of the Mano River Union, and that one they been come out with a very important kind of a decision on Yenga, Kalaeri, or other side them we get for do with the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea. Engagements and they are the highest level, and I'm sure as we go forward, I'm very much optimistic. See, we'll get forget the escalation of the tensions because the communique we end up for we put on the table where we authorities assign. They speak around that aspect of de-escalating the tension because now in the interest of particularly with people we ordinary resident and then community then the Yenga one of the inside them as they talk. A high level delegation don't go yesterday na Yenga na that community day. For go continue with the engagements and I sure say then they do them in line with the established protocols, all of the structures that we suppose for day, whether at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, whether at the Office of National Security, Police, Military, the local authorities, and all day on board for ensure say we work with the counterpart then at the other end for resolve whatever are the differences so we don't get over the period.
So on this particular issue you talk about, it can best describe as regional cooperation, where you talk about country them within the sub-region, for example, West Africa. So in line with this, issue, where you talk about cooperation for a common goal among regional cooperation, what you will say about the issue with Salon gets with Guinea? Because in most cases, people believe say Salon always they make the approach for a dialogue and national cohesion for let the two countries them live as one. But the view they again say much cooperation not they come out from a counterpart when Guinea.
Well, then at the view, and we hold that view day to high esteem because some people right forget their opinion or views over things the way they happen. But what we always only say now that there's some thinking day. The structures now either country is not be the same. We think they happen as Salon not necessarily means saying they happen in Liberia in terms of the command structure, in terms of the thing the way they happen. So understanding the realities and in one way very important in terms of how we they make we interventions. The relationship between we and Guinea at a particularly diplomatic level, now one way they top notch. In fact, we interaction with Guinea, the Republic of Guinea, is much more intense than any other country. Incidentally, we share more boundaries, more borders with Guinea than any other country within the Mano River sub-region. And so because of that, because of the level of interaction in it, the chance is always there for letting them happen at that local level where they translate into the national. And I don't want anything can come to the public domain where they appear like say one person they follow protocols, the other person and the beer and that kind. But like maybe I say I talk just say they say once bitten, twice shy. We in our country we don't go through a lot, and anytime where we get option for dialogue for dialogue as against confrontation, we will choose the dialogue, choose and severally, and even think say we don't want a last resort of going into any confrontation with anybody, whether at the internal level or external level. Now that make with the exercise and patience and with the ensure say the platforms that exist to say we go meet up and discuss. And always it don't be proven beyond reasonable doubt that indeed dialogue is the best way forward. Dialogue is the best, because at the end of the day, no matter which draw we don't get anywhere. If people that don't become enemies and that kind of thing, that table will go for council them again and discuss that same thing and go into default setting. So if you get an option for resolve them, degenerate to anything beyond verbal exchanges, it's important for later they happen.
Continue for the between the program. Abdul Karim Will, Director of Strategic Communication Spokesperson, Office of National Security, don't take we through the role of ONS in coordinating security affairs in the country. We also get ACP Brahma Kamara in the head of media, and continue for the between the program. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program now. We'll go for this break.
You dey get problem for find the right bank for keep you couple or do business? Union Trust Bank UTB na your solution. UTB they do internet banking where they make them easy for you for know wetin dey happen with your account any side you dey anytime you put or take money. We dey give reimbursement then loan we no go monitor them for pay at all. Oh yes, Union Trust Bank na the bank for you. Na UTB all we cosments them special and we get good workman them where they cater for all we cosments them banking service. We then a plenty sign of the country. We then a Kabbalah, Cambia, Lonsal, Jala, Maboka, Bo, Kenema, Kono and Mile 91. You can get more information but we at www.utb.sl or come now we head office na number 2 House Street, Freetown. Union Trust Bank, na the true bank for you.
Bank digital banking don't come for we.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Na bank I dey run go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloombank Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko cuts your eye.
But Abule fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Na so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloombank Digital, you can bank with freedom any side na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Aisatu Bloombank Digital.
Aha! Aisatu Bloombank Digital.
Yes, na me name. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloombank Digital Banking.
Bingo! Waiting you dey wait for. Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit our website bloombankafrica.com.
No left piano, cause Bloombank Digital they make you bank
with Colats. Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
The program now Good Morning Salon, and they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and we will bring today edition of the program in name Adeyemi Jackson.
And Saptio Kalon from that break they bring in with studio guests, so we continue with Abdul Karim Will in the Director, Strategic Communication and Spokesman, Office of National Security. We tell you the state of regional cooperation between Salon and Guinea, and you end with the word for say the relationship between the two countries there. Really they at top notch, even though with all the controversy where don't happen. Other view or angle go to say if it's that top notch, where they talk about top notch, you mean something we excellent and they at its best. Why we don't they see some approach them from we counterpart Guinea, we're not too friendly, returning of some Sierra Leone and the wedding at the country, and also we see the one where we get for do with detaining or capturing some Salon security personnel them.
So something may happen along the line, even though your relationship with your neighbor excellent, we can be unfortunate. But I can always say the ability of the structures for ensure they address then concerns and they are very important. You remember when that incident, unfortunate incident may happen for the Falaba axis, the swift action will be taken and how it been seamless for let we find a solution out of that one day. We always don't describe that kind of situation there. That's very, very unfortunate, and I think both sides don't learn a lot of lessons going forward in that regard. On the aspect of returning Sierra Leoneans from Guinea onto Sierra Leone, it's important for set the record straight. Yes, when they return Sierra Leoneans from Guinea, every Sierra Leonean will be concerned. Just like when they return any Guinean from Sierra Leone onto Guinea, most Guineans will be concerned if he be drawn to their attention. So I want to state point blank that the exchanges here happen on either end. There have been situations not once, but twice or several times where we detect say people gather in a particular location where potential victims of fraudulent activities, when of Guinean extraction or extraction from other countries, we can gather them, put them in a motorcar and return them to their country of origin.
You mean Salon Self don't do that?
We don't do that in Boku.
So whose country exactly?
Guinea particularly.
Okay.
Sometimes in 2024, they are about somewhere in Waterloo, a compound in the day, we can get the presence of very close to 500 people. Most of them are Guineans. And like I say, now be the suspicion say they are potential victims or not victims even of fraudulent activities. And then one and they converge them at that place there in piecemeal, small, till the number bloated, we get intelligence and then we take action. We carry them go over to Guinea and Balamuya, just the car them, bring we own them. And then can receive them in process and accept them as a nationals. We don't do so for Liberia and so on and so forth. But the point I want to make now the fact that Sierra Leoneans and any other possibility within the West African sub-region, something and they will for pay attention to. We something some people in they pay attention. Now the aspect of documentation. But who people in a salon? The only way they take enforced ID card and the tell we need ID card for go open bank account, or the tell we they take passport and the tell we an opportunity for them to travel out of Sierra Leone. We require for get passport, and that's any they go take them. Otherwise, some people in go day, it will tell you say, one day get document. Maybe sometimes the only document you get now is voters ID card. because you don't qualify for vote and that kind of thing.
So
the thing will happen recently in Guinea without making any case for them, because every country that then get a right for determining who stays in their country, who comes and stays into their country. If they say anybody who did in our country for be documented, even if na ID card, whether na ECOWAS, na Guinean, or na Sierra Leonean, if you claim for being a Sierra Leonean, show your identity.
So now that are the main reason of them people and the way the Guinean they return?
Yeah, one of the reasons that undocumented people and we be in a places we prohibited for day. And call it slum communities, areas and we then designated a place where people are not for day. And before they take that decision day for bring and come for extract them, then get engagement to the various communities. Then consider for big slum communities at the Bolobine axis. And they not only stop at going to talk to them directly, they also involve the authorities them on that end for
so you want to be pre-informed before they take the decision.
Yeah.
So as we talk now, how many Sierra Leoneans them where the Guinean authorities are returned back na Salone?
So the numbers there is a press statement from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. They mentioned the figure slightly above 900.
942.
942. The one and they that we receive. Some people will become among the one and they profile and we not things in a Sierra Leoneans we hand them over to them and then go back.
So outside them set of people and they right now so they talk?
All of them will be reintegrated into the various communities. Then come on at different parts of Sierra Leone. So then come on at the Cambia SSF, Cambia district, Cambia town. So then come on at Potloko, so then come on at Bo, McKinney, so then come on at Freetown. But majority of the population who receive or process are Freetown, Waterloo, and Tumbo.
So in terms of vetting or making sure these are real or actual Sierra Leonean, when now you post you don't use, we not just get people who then claim say they are Sierra Leoneans return back home, but another no process for try for actually know if all the 942 Sierra Leoneans they return from Guinea are actually Sierra Leoneans, because don't they see people even with Sierra Leone passport where you go dive in more, you go find out say they are not actually Sierra Leonean.
Yeah. So we did a thorough process. We owe responsibility for ensuring security and safety there in the country. And one of the way I they ensure that one day, now for no whether they admit into the country. When you see a Sierra Leonean, they go tell one. When you talk to a Sierra Leonean, they go know who done one. Like I say, because them people are being kind of undocumented people, individually and conduct a thorough assessment, which we refer to as profiling of them people. Profile them, not to on account of any suspicion, say they don't commit offense, because the Guineans and knock out and say they are people who don't commit crimes of A, B, and C. Rather than say they're Sierra Leoneans. But the way for convince we say they get any documentation for proof that one to the effect. The one that we say then as Sierra Leone will prove identification, we left them back into the Kenyan society by the ECOWAS arrangement and that kind of a thing.
The 23 and 24, 9 days team be officially today the 26. So now just take it 2 days for do all this for over 900 people.
Because we get all of the structures there for you don't need for take 1 hour for talk to one person for ask him what you say he come out. Who that the chief now you village you say he come out. If the person for provide you with all of that it talk sound Creole, you see all the Sierra Leoneans, he will for tell you in relatives and that kind of thing. You go.
Continue for the between at the program. Abdul Karim Will, Director of Strategic Communication, Office of National Security. We come over to ACP Brahim Kamara, Head of Media and the Salone Police. You don't listen from the ONS point of view. The Salone Police responsible for internal security. Which it don't be the role of the Salone Police from the issue of Yenga coming down to Falaba and the recent returnees of Sierra Leoneans them from Guinea to Salone. Which it don't be the role of the Salone Police.
I think the role of the ONS, the Office of National Security, Naimi Borabda explained, and the police is part of ONS. So there is nothing very different from what he will tell you. So you know, already explained what ONS don't do at all levels. When I say ONS, it means the police did the military did the other security forces did it. So you don't explain holistically. So I'm not getting to a different from which I get for explain.
In terms of policing the borders, the different parts, What are the measures and way the Salone police can put in place for ensure say adequate policing they na them borders them here?
Well, policing the borders, it's the part of this MACP, this military aid to civil power. That make na them border and they work jointly with the military. You not forget say the military their responsibility now for protect the external integrity of the country, the within and the internal. But on one side and the way the interface, and on one side and the way we call one of the standing MACPs, where you no need for the invoke them every 2-3 days. They invoke every 2 days. They don't invoke them long ago that the police and the military will work together. Now them border areas and then the police and the military then will work together for provide security for the presidency. The police and the military will work together for make sure say the man be maritime. Understand? So these ones, all the man they are standing MACP. They don't invoke them long ago. Not like this other one way now emergency. They invoke them today. The other time they say okay we don't know, and the situation not stabilized. So we're always there with the military for make sure say we work alongside them. NSF work alongside them for provide security at the border. That is the arrangement.
Okay. Continue for the way to the program. In name na ACP Ibrahim Kamara, head of media Salone Police. The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and inside the program we they go for this break.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Edsalight. Pay other bill them and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
From the break, the program Good Morning Salone continuing still on the issue we get for do with some Sierra Leone and they will return from Guinea. This being the Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, Abdul Aziz Bawodon, say the over 900 people where the Guinean authority return back to Salone not get anything for do with deportation. Abdul Aziz Bawo talk this in our interview to Radio Democracy where they give update to the public. But the Salone citizens in the Guinean authority they return to Salone for seeker we make them because some people are not get legal document for continue for tap na Guinea. He talk more about this issue to Jeff Davis inside this interview.
Yes, as per the public notice where even the ministry put out, it's correct that we receive Sierra Leoneans from Guinea because of, some operations where the Guinean authorities they carry out, where they see the clear informal settlement. They hold a lot of people, try to identify this person. So the one them will produce legal documents, whether in a Sierra Leone, whether in a Maldian, but if you get legal documents, they release them. The one that will not show proper documentation, but we believe saying that we own citizens with the over Guinea. Both authorities work together for ensure the safe and dignified return of those people into Sierra Leone.
So how not confirm say them people in the way not get legal documents, the one in the Sierra Leone citizen then?
Well, like I can say, the authorities in Guinea, we get embassy in Guinea, we get other NGOs where they work together for ensure say every country receive a own. What would they talk about here? We don't confirm saying that we are citizens. Whether they get documents, they don't get documents, but your person are your person. So the one that way they come into Sierra Leone, now the one that we don't verify and assure saying as Sierra Leoneans.
So all of this, what do you mean?
It means say one, like the president always say, there's no place like home. Not only your own country is safe, Two, like we Ambassador Madam Sawane on one part of press conference, we say anything you did Guinea or you did any other country, the first point of call na the embassy. Let them know say you did. And when you did any country, ensure say the document that way they show say if you stay there, you get them. I mean, this one not to targeted something saying as Sierra Leoneans they target. Now operation where they carry out the immigration issue. To every Sierra Leonean out there, one, ensure you did any country, you go to the embassy, they regularize your status, they know say you did it. So if any issue happen, it is very simple for them to deal with that kind of situation. But all that crowd where they're all, the one that we get document for the Guinea. They release them. They're about their normal business.
So over 900 Sierra Leonean citizens them as per the press release of the ministry. What are the status of the people they are now since they return?
Well, we don't receive them. We come here border. Like I tell you, the safe and dignified return into the country. Now they ensure now that they can safely and respectfully. And we ensure say now with respect. That is why we have done everything like Guinea. For ensure say, I mean, you not treat them anyhow. You not jail them. Somebody can regularize and go back because some man under it don't use for day. But because you not get paper for now, they say let it come back. You know mean say now deport, they don't deport you forever in Ghana, they don't ban you for good. They know you can come back and regularize and go back. I mean, you are safe to be in any other country by international standards. But there are also rules and regulations where they should say you 14 at this country. When one signature, if somebody else want trample on the rights now, the international bodies can't interfere. But if you not get documents, you don't have any case.
With this, just recently, we see how Salon and Guinea we get issue we be happening at the border and soldier man be arrested. Now, citizens don't be returned from Guinea. All of the events that were on the happen. Citizens for be worried?
No, but I just don't need to worry because even that one with border issues, not to isolated issue. Across the world, people where they share border always can get a half thing them. But this incident will happen, not get nothing for do with the previous incident of border issues. But then two cases are so much apart, not to disinform this. Even the communique was signed, I will see how they open up trade, commerce between Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. So diplomatically, we are above that, not to a recipe of this. I just say, okay, like today, Salon can say, okay, all they have here, the law will look at what they happen there. If you go there, you see people there where you don't sabi, where you not pleased with, and they not get documents, not based on anything, you can say, okay, even if you say you're not Guinea, if you say you're not Liberian, because you not get document, go first like your country.
So a lot of talking points, a lot of issues, they are the public now where people don't talk about when it comes to this issue. From the ministry perspective, what are the message to the public with regards to this issue?
So there is no tension between Sierra Leone and Guinea. What we advise every Sierra Leonean is one, no place like home. That is why the president is saying that we live in peace and national cohesion because Salon Nina Yon. So we within now the country, they will not take us anything. Trade between Sierra Leone and Guinea, they still continue. Amongst the lot of people where they arrest, more than these people, not just 942 people, the whole. The one that always get paper, they still the Guinea, then they go about their normal business. So this one that we will receive, now that person will even able to show why the Guinea. You not get something ID card self, you not get your own, you not get their own, this and that. And no country they accept that somebody just in a country they pass and not get document. And not mean say because it is Sierra Leone, you not get your national ID card, you not get passport, you pass freely. Now because they had them on you. But if you did not other person in country, document they will for sure say you did it. If you not get on, they get rights. That not to any problem.
Well, inside our interview, they listen to the Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, Abdul Aziz Bawo. We will talk about the over 900 Sierra Leone and the return from Guinea. And according to this night general operation in Dona Guinea, and because most of them people are not get proper documentation for continue for Tapna Guinea. If there is any concern in the to Jaffa Davis inside the interview. The program they continue and when they come over to a studio guest, they bring in head of media and the Salon Police Assistant Commissioner Brahima Kamara. Now let me get update from you on case owner they investigate, especially situation of killing case. Example, they will be being lodge some time back. We'll see some bike rider them. According to which will be gathered at that time, now that they accuse a young man who didn't say feel say be the thief bike or thief bike. When are the status of the case and when they investigate?
I think I would simply say still under investigation. And I will stop at that one.
For more than the investigation, not nothing.
We must fair not something, but we no need for putting on the public. because it's like they judge the case now on radio and television, and not for so. Your evidence, they put on a radio. Your evidence, they put on a television. They put on a newspaper. Na court, they go present. So if you get evidence, and other evidence you get for use, we can't discuss them. Then you don't forget say, if they charge somebody, that person they get for be defended. And so if you don't can put everything, don't can spread all the evidence on the table, then the other person get for defender. You already know your strength and your weaknesses, and that goes. You go fair to us at 50 man at the carry it. The mind they go prepare 50. So 3-1.
So what you keep on a consistent chain of investigating? Because most time the public can say I can start for investigate, but they never get the actual findings or the final decision of the investigation. Well, can really make, especially family or relative of individual who can be victim, really get justice of what they can expect.
The superlative most. I don't want to just use it. It's the most.
Yeah, because these are based on issues they would only get on with
If you use the superlative most, now unfair one because.
So now.
Very unfair because if you look at matters where they say Muna court, there's so plenty. Then if you don't say most of the
sending it to court, but getting the final justice or end of the case, that's the thing.
If you look at the criminal justice system, it's tripartite. Let's be very frank in that place. Our job now we're the first line people. We own job now for investigate. We don't get away to forget that. If we say reach the threshold, because I make it clear when we started. I say for every offense gets elements, and those elements are what we refer to as the ingredient. When once we believe say we don't get enough, if we go to court, we will get conviction. If we send go to court. Now court now na year outside when they go gas. Understand? And we always hope so we go take matter to court to forget conviction. Sometimes you take matters to court. I mean, for one or two other reasons. Sometimes along the line, even the one the way now that you refer the case for, sometimes they can't travel, and then end up for the start matter for want of prosecution. So that don't mean say the case not be not be top notch. When they say the discharge matter for want of prosecution, it means say that case they not for beginning the witness and come for make this matter continue. And one day for beginning the witness they for come, maybe then some don't travel, or some just lost inside the country, just because one or two persons don't go interfere with her. That make you not get people they interfere with witnesses. That one they say na even an offense.
Okay. But 2 weeks back, the Salon Police released data on crime statistics for 2025.
Yeah.
So take me to waiting at the rate of crime for inside 2025.
Well, we get a slight increase, 0. I don't know. I don't have the figure here. When we get a slight increase, say 2025, when we get a lot of things, we fight more of drugs, we fight drugs more and more as compared to how we done the fight time. Then say back again 2025, we get how we call this thing, this lower level elections, where sometimes issues that will come in between, police will get for intervene. So on the whole, we get slight. Not even reach 1%, but we get.
When you say a slight increase, on which cases so far? Is it on drugs or on which crime?
When you act for the general crime trend, we get a slight increase. But the report is not before me, and the report is also not before you. So how do we discuss a report? The report only before me, not before you. But I will tell you no more, so we get a slight increase. And if you want to discuss the report, give me another call. That we can put the report. So statistics and facts and figures. These are things you know they guess them. You just make no money, say no, not 2%, 3%, no. Put clear before you discuss them. So if you want a discussion on the statistics, generally, give me another call and I will come and can discuss them.
So we talk about the status of fighting of drugs. What you go say in line with that? Though now they partner with different bodies, the ONS, we also get a National Drug Law Enforcement Agency as well.
I think we do very well.
So is it on the decrease or what? On the decrease, is it going down or?
The drugs.
Yes, you say they do very well. Yes, exactly.
They go down because if you look at initially when they get the statistics, then we will get a press conference. The financial the figure will be up. We make this arrest, we make this arrest, we make this arrest. But now the figures going to go down. Now the final system, if we get one press conference, the two forget another press conference because if we don't get anything very strategic for present to the public, then we know they come and get our press conference.
Okay.
But we really they work very hard. on our own side and equally so supporting NCRA. Don't forget say what's NCRA?
NDLA.
Don't forget say now then get the primary responsibility for fed drugs according to the law.
Okay.
That 2008 law, National Drug Law Control Act. Like them get the primary responsibility. Understand? But we always give them support because we get the transnational organized crime. We're not Toku. We're not really lead them, but then CFDD and other people, they're part of them.
Okay.
But we are all working together for make sure say the menace we reduce in our society.
Continue for the week three. Now the program ACP Blind Camera, Head of Media Salon Police. Come over to you, Abdul Karim Will from ONS. Earlier on you mentioned about communique doing a high level meeting held in Guinea where they develop a communique between the Mano River country then. What's in the inside this communique?
Several things, but the most important one about with bilateral ties, improvement on relations. Of course, we just don't discuss a bit about the concerns that whether they happen over the period, whether not between Sierra Leone and Guinea or between Guinea and Liberia. And I think we don't reach the attention of the relevant authorities, particularly the leadership of the countries, foresee that we de-escalate the tensions. So one of the key provisions now that communique now foresee how we go de-escalate and demilitarize. Demilitarization big word, but it means soldier man or people that we get arms and deploy in air, mostly in a civilian area, and you have for actually ensure say you pull them kind of a situation away from them place, and one of them side they did a Yenga, the other side now that place say will be get Caleri and so on and so forth. So that process they on gradually for ensure say we pull commot whether na military officers they when I say Leonians them we reduce the numbers, because whether peace day, whether any kind concerns day, you always forget the presence of military, police, or other security extraction within the deployment area, because that causing points them, and for even the integrity of either countries, for deter crime, where somebody go down commit from Guinea, for example, and one for come use Sierra Leone as a safe haven, you need to forget the presence of security personnel or security structures for ensure say deter that one. But that one in a way they appear like saying a tension between the two countries and between the militaries of the two countries. Now that one day now we get for de-escalate. Like I say, a team in Ayenga currently will don't be authorized by the leadership of the security sector, the National Security Coordinator, and on dispatch that team they go to Ayenga for go further the engagement, because the engagement they already talked about. So not one day when they will begin them. Will not begin them on account of recent happenings. They don't happen for long period. What do they do now for sustain them and for ensure say, even though along the line of we engagement difficulties they come, we get for stick with courage to the point and ensure say we resolve them as we go ahead. Then challenges and them bound for happen. Like I say, the ability and the availability of the structures using the right resources for resolve the one day, very, very much important. And I shall say along the line we will get forget a light the tunnel.
Okay.
Because we see commitment and the leadership now either of the countries at the top level. Now that make us say the relationship them, the people away then get the responsibility for governing the country. Then they speak and cohere well. But beyond them, beneath them, they get people away now like foot soldiers. Now then all of them dynamics and they play into the picture. So they ensure say we demilitarize, we reduce the presence of military or armed personnel and then community them, so that we people will continue for do and cross-border trade. Because the relationship among Sierra Leoneans and Guineans and Liberians now one way now one you can describe it as a brotherly one, because people in a salon when they side and they then consider themselves as almost Guineans and vice versa. So any consideration for whether land ownership or boundary dispute, for really supersede the relationship we don't exist in terms of marriages, in terms of cultural ties, or even the cross-border trades and with
The counterpart realize always you talk, so say it should be a two-way thing.
Very much, because I tell you, from who will get a standoff now, Yenga, the closure of that border crossing point. We said don't insist, say, let we find a resolution, a permanent solution to that one day. Because we no one forget the situation where somebody will grab the morning, consulting counterpart, so we don't close the border on an Okaya. I think kind of situation them.
Okay.
But from where this stand off, we don't see several approaches have been made. Well, we're not the same people. We don't realize here we're not supposed to actually they party is not open. We say, "Lord, resolve them," because if I will resolve them, it becomes sustainable. So I sure say when we get for Costa Bridge in terms of resolving, whosoever we get for the on the Sierra Leone axis or the Nongawa axis of Guinea and Sierra Leone, they go pay attention to their realities and if I say that a mutual kind of a relationship is symbiotic.
Okay.
You need me, I need you. If you lock the border, you will suffer because most of the produce where they go and go other saloon and they come out.
Okay.
Why is the Sierra Leone say want the money, but you say also want the good sell for continued survival.
Abdul Karim will continue for the inside the program now. Time for listening to Wakabot.
Another morning again, I see Thursday, man, I see Thursday, I see we are, things happen at this country every day. I see, so we don't get too many of them now, where they occupy Freetown. I see PPSL party say, they don't appoint one Mr. Blah for take over, that leading position as mayor. I say, oh yeah, this country, for say all the people them, when a lawyer within a PPSL party, no read the local government act. How this country can so bad, now it make them can say, the lawyer them, can interpret them, for let it switch them comfort. For all the bookman within a PPSL party, I don't know say una pull la lodi for go elect that boy for be mayor na the city. That's why they listen the PRO for PPSL party. I said this boy, wetin do am? He can behave as if like na them juman them. I dey watch am na one TV station. He dey talk, he dey knock the table. I say, oh, this boy. Na him that you can say that boy dey na the worst PRO we PPSL party don't get. I see this mayor business. I see Auntie Sabi, we sabi the country law. I see a write something for that good friend. But I say this for the first time. I see Auntie Sabi right for incomping. Now this thing he say, no matter how possible can do, outside the 2 day, he can talk Auntie Sabi, I don't stamp you, bro. I don't stamp you. Why go under you comment? What? People that surprise mine for let you write for anti-mayor, that kind of thing and day. But anyway, good job. See CPA party, then just the whole meeting upon meeting. I see back then say the whole meeting with the speaker on the way forward for let them go back in the parliament. But it like CPA party no side and mass. I say silo, you said self bo, you not go make big man and right God tell and say you don't resign as ECSL boss. I say for all the things go happen to go na Iran outside and take special flight, they escape with that boy don't come up back na this country. I say God, what happen ba for say you know able na this country inside 2 weeks you relax na this country like for say na you na the president. I say what see the picture see the pa just reach inside that place. I say wow. Nice program, go. Nice program. But anyway, I can tell me, for instance, no matter what you talk about going fly, it no go ever tap him because this na last days. When I left the boy, let enjoy. I I see. Then they deport us salon people them from Guinea Kana salon. I say, Guinea bear. Now they make much power now for deport with people them. Tradi, now we dey on top. Now we dey make style pa Guinea. But like you say, salon we really civilized. No matter what happen. For we Kana this country, no one would live as one. But damn if friend they tell me say, na time for let we self begin. Look around for any Guinean we no get paper. They left the country. I say right now that we other family them. We quick them pull press release. They no pull press release here too. See, then the target, then tribe. Me na the honorable Piki Wakabot.
Wakabot, the program Good Morning Salon contain now for message them on I don't send inside the program. We'll look at some of them. Are they hear me?
This one on our Facebook page from Mystic Nadwazak said the deportation of over 500 Sierra Leoneans from Guinea shows a troubling lack of respect for Sierra Leone, especially as this is not a first occurrence. Our continued reliance on diplomacy appears to be yielding little results, raising questions about the need for a firmer and more effective response.
From Abdullah Kaman, our Facebook page, he say the two security personnel in the studio, how much are they aware of Guineans that are in Sierra Leone without no proper documentation, disobeying laws and doing illegal businesses that they are not supposed to involved in?
This one from Tunde Scott say the deportation of close to 1,000 Sierra Leoneans from Guinea is as a result of the drugs that the Guinean authorities seized inside the embassy vehicle months ago. That's very embarrassing to the country.
Another message inside the program say we have been too flexible and accommodating even where it is not necessary, and always there is a reason or explanation that head of security or institutions are ready to give to Sierra Leonean. It's high time Sierra Leoneans start taking necessary decisive action.
This one from Supercap say the police are really doing a very good job, but they are responsible to protect lives and property, but there should be fair level playing opportunity for the citizens of the country, especially when it comes to police clearance for peaceful protests and related issues.
These other ones say just because of documentation, over 900 Sierra Leoneans we are sent back home. There is more to this.
Well, sir, I don't know if you get
Yeah, I will take this last one because of time. This other one say Mr. ONS, reintegrating these people back to different communities is one which you should have done diligently to ensure that citizens did not start complaining about bad activities in different communities. You guys should have done a background check to see if most of these people that were returned were not in any way involved in some criminal activities way back in Guinea. Because of time, would they come over to a studio guest for respond? Would they start with you, Head of Police, Media Assistant Commissioner of Police?
Yeah, people, I think the one fair level playing field, I think we do everything in line with the mandate.
Fairly?
Say protect lives and property. So they look at the bigger picture most times where they take with decisions. Maybe you go look at things from a very small angle, but everything we do, try to look at the bigger picture for protect lives and property and for maintain orderliness. Now, three things making the make law. Fundamental reasons. One, now for ensure order. Two, justice. And then the third one, in the way get for do that, I'll be talking about legal paternalism. I mean for the common good. You know, so anything we do, any law we do, we make sure we enforce them, but we enforce them with that kind of face. We will make the other person. Sometimes you will say and say, oh no, this one is difficult, but actually for the common good of society, everything we do them fairly.
Over to you, Abdul Karim Will.
I start with that way the person they talk about if we do background check. Where they talk I mentioned about profiling. Profiling a background check, and we can check you on the spot, and we can also keep tabs on you. But along the line, we're also mindful of the rights of the person. We know how for incriminate them, we know how for make her look like criminal. We, in reality, will not get any evidence for pinpoints on that aspect there. That you not get documents, you didn't a salon, you did something when you hustle for your daily living, not make you in any way a criminal. It's just unfortunate that some thinking the appeals we make at the national level, some people they adhere to them. But I tell you, in all of which we don't find out. Then when the way they bring council, then it in some large number for good in a person country, get no documentation. What if something happened to you? How would they even be able to trace back who say you come out and that kind of thing? So we want to really pay attention to that. So we do background check, thorough background check, and then people who will get information on who don't go to the various communities. We also they continue for monitor the situation and they just for ensure say they live within society in the way we expected of them. Then we also somebody they talk about there is more to this than meet the eye. I wonder what the person get what we not get, but from we on all of what we don't gather, get anything for do with some externalities other than the fact say that people here and people who are not documented. In a slum communities, for people who are familiar with Guinea, particularly the Bolo Bine general area, it will tell you say in an area, even though you get the concentration of key government installations, but you also get slum communities where over the period, the authorities on the other end be done they raise concerns on the need for let people accommodate because now they side and they then pockets, illegal activities that they happen in. And I think say like I say, so every country get a responsibility for ensuring they protect.
In conclusion, which you go say on ONS continue for coordinate proper security system so people will continue to feel safe and look up to now on doing on our mandate.
Yes, we will continue to work with all of the relevant stakeholders, all of the communities, and for assure the public say we own role, we will continue for play effectively and ask them also for partner with the security sector. Because it's what we do now for and on their behalf. Okay. Because the aspect of unity, cohesion, freedom of living, I wonder we're very much important to we general survivability as a people.
So over to you also, ACP Brema. In conclusion, what you go say to citizens for ensuring that they believe and look up to us, say una work una go always one fairly and not look to anything way for make una do something on the contrary.
Yeah, we want to continue to assure the public that they work for the common good of the state, every other person. We get to functions, and those functions will perform them fairly and objectively.
One for say plenty. Thank you to you, ACP Brema Kamara, Head of Media, Salon Police, and also Abdul Karim Will, Director of Strategic Communication and Spokesperson, Office of National Security, for we not taking time for be part of the program today. Well, because of time, that's what we'll bring down the curtain for today's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon. Plenty thank you to the production team. Bangi Mansari produced the program with support from Yeno Kabia. Plenty thank you to DJ Cliff for technical support. Mary Kamara Bangura and Fatmata Samra will make us see we live on our Facebook page. So till we meet again, Mina Adeyemi Jackson, they say goodbye.
And it's up to you, Kalonda say stay tuned to Radio Democracy for more interesting programs. With that, I say bye-bye.